What's happening, guys? Look, I just want to get on here and explain you can call it overreacting, explain my overreacting on the whole Browns, Shedeur Sanders, OTA rep situation. Um, Look, let me just start off by saying I've seen the way the Browns go about their business for years. I'm a big Browns fan. Um, and the way the reps are split up just don't make any sense to me. I know how Kevin Stefanski, or more specifically Andrew Berry, likes to operate. I don't think it makes any sense whatsoever. Flacco either, but Flacco's somewhat proven. I don't think it makes any sense for Sheduer Sanders or Dylan Gabriel, even though it seems Gabriel's so far has gotten the amount of reps, at least yesterday, at the same amount as Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. I don't see why Kenny Pickett deserves the amount of reps of a Joe Flacco. If anything, Kenny Pickett should be getting he should be getting less reps than the rookies. I mean, think about it. They say Joe Flacco don't need reps. He's proven this league. He's an older man. He's done it. Kenny Pickett needs reps. He needs reps to learn this offense. Could Kenny Pickett turn out to be the Sam Darnold, the Geno Smith? Sure, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't think he's athletic as people claim he is. And just look at his numbers from yesterday, from OTAs. Kenny Pickett's been in this league for 3 years. I know they consider that still young, but he should be able to grasp the offense. Someone like Sheduer or Dylan Gabriel should be getting more reps than Kenny Pickett. They're new to the league. They're new to all this. They need to be evaluated. I know it's early and it seems like I'm overreacting, and maybe I am. And I just wanted to speak on it because it may seem like on X, Twitter, whatever, I'm just freaking out over the amount of reps for Sheduer. I've just seen the Browns just let shit pass them by before, and they have to make sure Sheduer is evaluated. Because if Sheduer moves on eventually and goes and starts for another team, I don't even care if he's not a star. If he's serviceable and a winning quarterback, I could be done as a Browns fan. And that's hard for me to do. I don't like Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski. It worries me because they always have a plan for everything, and they don't know how to pivot from their plans. They trust so much in the data and the plans that they create that I don't think they're going to give Sheduer a fair shot as much as they will Dylan Gabriel because of the way they were drafted. They believe in so much of the plans they create because they're Ivy League guys, they're smart, but they have to learn how to pivot at times. And look at both situations. We've seen it with other third-round draft picks, how long of a leash they give them. Because they like to assume their plan is the best, and it's their right. Which, you know what? I don't care what the data says. I don't care what the numbers say. I don't care the evaluation process you came up with that you thought was so perfect. That's not always going to be right. The problem with AB is he thinks he's the smartest person in the room. And he's a smart guy. I'm not saying he's not. But he needs to learn and admit his mistakes at times. You have to make sure with all of your power that you evaluate Shedeur Sanders fairly, that you get him work with the ones just as much as Dylan Gabriel. Because I'm going to tell you what, if you don't and he moves on, he ain't going to make it to the practice squad if you release him and try to bring him back. Someone's going to claim him. Someone is going to claim him. I don't think it makes any sense for Kenny Pickett to be getting the same amount of reps as Joe Flacco. He's been here. He's been in the league for 3 years. He should know how. He's been through 2 offenses. He should know how to learn a new offense without reps. You cannot short Shedeur Sanders reps. And I have another conspiracy. It's just a conspiracy. We'll never know the truth. I have a conspiracy that Shedeur gets more reps in team drills when it's non-media days allowed at OTAs. Because they last thing they want is the media and the public and the fans seeing how well Shedeur's doing. Because that's just going to cause more of an uproar of Shedeur's not getting the reps. He's not getting a fair shot. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting those reps on non-media days. But they trust their drive process so much because they think they're so fucking smart that they're going to give Dylan Gabriel more reps than Shedeur, and I think that's not right. I think it's messed up, and they're gonna mess up, man, if they don't give Shedeur a fair chance. I've seen this shit too many times with AB and trusting his picks for years and years and years. They're not going to keep 4 quarterbacks. You can't. To be honest, I'd rather get rid of Kenny Pickett. I see the way Joe Flacco still throws the ball in Kevin's offense. He can play in the league for another 2 to 3 years and be a stable quarterback for you if needed. I really think so. I don't care about his age. I don't like how Kenny Pickett operates. I know Kevin raves about Kenny Pickett. I don't know why. And this is all, they love Kenny Pickett because they're still trusting their draft evaluation of him from years back that they loved. Well, things have changed. They're still going off their draft evaluation of Kenny Pickett because they think that their evaluation and their process is the best, and it's so data-driven and so accurate. Look, guys, I just want Shedeur to get a fair shot. That's it. I think from what I've seen, if you give him a fair shot and let him continue to work and improve and get comfortable in Kevin's offense, I think the sky's the limit. I'm not saying Dylan Gabriel should get less reps. I'm saying Shedeur should be getting more reps than Kenny Pickett. For one, even if Kenny Pickett plays this year and plays well, which I do not think he will, at best he'll be average, which will win you 6 games. I think you're going to need above average to win 8 to 9 to 10 games. And then his cost is going to be too much for you to bring him back. This is the AFC. You need better than Kenny Pickett to make a playoff run. You have 2 first-round picks next year. You cannot afford to not truly and fairly evaluate Shedeur Sanders. Look, that's all I want to say. I'm probably going to keep bitching. I'm probably going to keep monitoring because I just seen this shit before, and it's Andrew Berry's fault. I've seen him do this shit before, not give up on his early draft picks, and not be able to pivot from his original plan and ditch his draft evaluations of people. I'm hoping that if it has to come to it, that this is one of those only times I hope that Jimmy Haslam steps in and say, look, we're going to give Shedeur a fair chance. Look, we're going to play Shedeur. Look, I want Shedeur in the game. Look, I want Shedeur to get more reps. I pray I pray that's what it takes. That's what happens. Look, I don't do this shit for a living. I don't try to be a podcaster. Maybe if I had more time to get into it, I have a family, I have a young child. I just don't have the time. I get on here to pretty much bitch and express and vent my opinion about the Cleveland Browns, just like a lot of other people probably want to because of the shit we've been through the years. Yeah, share my stuff, get it out. I'll take subscribers, whatever. If I don't care. I just want sheduer to get a fair shot. I want Dylan Gabriel to get a fair shot, but he's getting that shot right now so far, it seems like. I just don't see the benefit of giving Kenny Pickett all these reps for the long run of the organization. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, sorry if I'm seem like a little crybaby on Twitter, but I just wanted to get on here and explain why I'm going about it that way.